Oh, good morning. Oh, man. You guys are seeing a little bit of my bags and stuff I've got up here. Oh, man. Woo. It is morning time. Got all my containers down here and some of my snack bag right there. But my nice floor mats. Yeah. My wife let me buy these this last week. I love them because it is wintertime and it gets cold back here. So let's get out of bed, get this going. This truck fired up. All right. Gonna slide this back. It looks like it rained on me last night some more. See, we're here at the wonderful Iowa 80 truck stop. Whew, everybody's left. Had some oversizes over right next to me, but let's get out and get a pre-trip done. All right, so I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of rundown inside this new truck. Kind of see a little more what I've got in here. So kind of show you a little bit. So I've got my bed here, same size bed as the red truck. Biggest difference is the upper deck, geez, whew, it's definitely morning. But upper bed is a lot higher from the bed than the red one was. Makes it nicer because I have a thicker bed mattress and I can literally sit under here and be fine. But you can kind of see we got my extra blankets up top here. My backpack and stuff is all stored on that upper deck. Upper bed. So I got all that stuff. Got my air fresheners back for the back here. So I got all that. Total different redesign because it is a full size. You have the full upper shell of this, but as you can see, my bed, I am a Green Bay Packers fan, so gotta represent. And I am filming this before the Bears Packer game, but got my plates, silverware, some cleaning stuff, some storage up here for cooking, rice container, some peanut butter sandwiches, some teas, and then some of my cookers over here. Got some seeds in that I make into a drink, some cinnamon and those chai seeds, some syrups. Like I said, my cookers are all up there, hot pads, my internet right here, and then a microwave. And then I've got my standard stuff, my vitamins that I'll take to help with certain things, my drink for the morning. And then I got my fridge down over here, and then my closet with my clothes right above it. I won't show you all my trash there, but scraper for ice, snow, my wife got that for me. I really like this aspect. It does have a hanger that I can hang my hoodies up, so they're kind of out of the way. And then front container, that's got a lot of my recording stuff in it. Extra mic for the CB, my CB, extra stuff that I can just grab there, and then another container for different keys and stuff. And then this one's got like Tylenol, I can't remember everything that's in there. There's a bunch of stuff in there, but as you can see, I've kind of got my camera setups, my different lights, my water cup there, there's my GoPro, pre-pass, my gum, hat up there, but my phone mount, so I have a charging, and then my tablet that has my maps and everything. This stuff down here is usually where I throw the trash bags when they're full. That bag down there is actually the hose and a few things that I need to do this weekend on the power steering pump. And I'll go show that to you when I get out there to pre-trip the truck. We're gonna pop the hood, check all the stuff underneath, but yeah, we can pull this curtain back. But yeah, I've got in the passenger seat just a bunch of stuff that I can just grab and get going on stuff. But we do have a reefer right next to us. Parked last night. Kind of interesting. But yeah, I'm gonna have to clean these mirrors off. That rain freaking really messed it up. Oh, we still got a good wind. Oh man, okay. Yeah, so yesterday when I parked up, it was extremely windy here. So I'm gonna put this up so I can put my things, but I can still talk to you guys. So yeah, it was extremely windy, and it got bad. It got way bad. So I mean, I was rocking like crazy. Now the wind's hitting me like directly from what the flag's showing. It's gonna be a nice tailwind as soon as I get going. So I'm kind of happy about that because that'll help with my fuel mileage. Yesterday was just all rain and wind and absolutely sucks. So I'll show you what I'm doing here in a second. So actually I can just show you right now. These are my curtains that go around the front of the windshield. They have little bungees. So that's how Peterbilt has them. I don't know with Kenworth, or I think Kenworth has the same kind of setup. Freightliner, I believe it does too. Some of the other trucks don't. They just have a sleeper curtain. But this truck has the sleeper curtain, and then you have the curtain that closes everything off. So this is like if I was sleeper teaming with somebody, I could close this and make it to where it was closed off. Like he was driving during the day or I was driving during the day, he would have a totally closed off sleeper that would keep it dark so he could sleep, he or she. But anyway, so I do have a fridge that's in between the seats down here. It's got a lot of my foods for the day. So I've got salad in there because I've just changed to the Mediterranean diet. So I've got some Mediterranean salads that are in there. My regular fridge has got all my dinners in it. So everything I eat is out of my truck. Plain simple, out of my truck. It's cheaper that way on the road because it gets really expensive on the road, but it's healthier too. I have a lot more energy eating this than I do any of the truck stop food, just because it's just that much better for you. And this diet or this lifestyle is already can be hard on the body. You gotta try to be active, and it's hard to do. It's very hard to do. So you get a lot of sore joints, sore muscles, because you are sitting all day. The only muscle you're really using is your brain. So that's kind of how yesterday was. It was all day driving to get to here. I shut down an hour early, and yeah, it was fun. So I'm trying to decide if I want to do breakfast today. I'm not real hungry. I think I'm gonna hold off on breakfast. I was only gonna do some broccoli and cauliflower and carrots with a little bit of cheese on top of it. Steam it or microwave it for a minute. Pretty good. Not for everybody. You can I put some salt and pepper on them, some of my seasonings. So all right, let's go see what this fun is today out here. This seat is cold. Holy crap. I don't know what my temperature is today. Let's see. Come on, hold up temperature. 38 degrees. Holy crap, it's cold. It's cold. Okay. Yeah, so here's our setup. So yeah, here's our setup. Everything's all fired up now. We're going to jump out. But guys, look at how pretty that truck is over there. That truck is absolutely gorgeous. So I wonder if I can't zoom in on this angle. I wish I could, so you guys can see that a little bit better. But he's out there polishing his truck right now. Mad respect for that driver for taking such good care of his truck. You can tell he absolutely loves that truck. That is his baby. And he is cleaning that truck right now. So, all right, let's venture out. I got the truck fired up. We were, when we started up, at 100 PSI. Trailers pushed in all night. This is part of maintaining your truck, is being able to do or know it in different aspects. Fluids are all good and everything because I checked all that stuff when I fueled yesterday. So I'm going to get out, just kind of double check everything underneath the front of it, make sure there's no puddles while it's running. But all my hoses are kind of newer, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm going to put you guys right here for a second because it's cold and the wind's blowing. It's 39 degrees right now with wind directly out of the northwest. So I'm going to put on my Buddy Heacock Trailers hoodie. Gifted to me last Christmas. I use the crap out of this hoodie. I love it. So shout out to Matt at Heacock Trailers. You're a man. Love you guys. So big shout out to him and his crew down there. If you're down on the coast on the 101, Southern California, need a cargo trailer or a dump trailer or a flatbed, Matt is your guy. Those guys will take care of you, fix your stuff up. Great group of guys down there. They're no BS, and yeah, they're kind of the rednecks of California. I love them. Those guys are awesome. Anyway, so yeah, there you go. Cool dude. All those guys out there. Denise in the office, she's awesome. So, ooh. Oh, I'm not gonna get him before. Yeah, he already turned. That was a very interesting 589 Peterbilt. It's the new one that replaces the 389. For any of you guys that don't know the trucks, it's the new body style, and that guy had it set up looking kind of old school, kind of nice, kind of interesting. All right, so we're gonna get all our lights on so we can check everything. That bag that was sitting up here when I woke up, you saw it up on the fridge. That's my bag of new lights that I got to change out. Plus I got a couple spares for the trailer, and I'll kind of show you which ones I got. All right. So we're gonna walk around and check everything out, check on my hoses. Those are all good. Check the tires here. Get the kick on them, make sure they don't wiggle. Oh yeah, she looks good. She's dirty now. Dirty from all the weather yesterday. I'm gonna flip this around so you guys can kind of see what I'm doing here. So yeah, you can see how dirty she got from yesterday. We'll check under there, that's all good. These are the lights I got. So changing them out, but here's our new load going back to North Carolina. I got 3 horses on here. Wonderful Trails West horse trailers. And you can see just how tight we have to get them just to get them fit on here. So yeah, I could get a smaller ball tower. I have one, but I don't like doing that because these ones kind of keep them nice and flat. So I much prefer doing that. So, and this one I could have screwed up a little bit further. I just chose not to. So, but down here we got our pressure gauge. We're looking right at pressure. Everything looks nice and tight. Got oil in the hub. Straps are good on these back ones. They've been tight the whole trip. Yep, we're good there. And then you can kind of see we're a little bit overhang on the back here. Got our red flag. Oh, it's a beautiful day out here. Beautiful day. We're gonna have some nice tailwind. About probably 25 mile an hour tailwind right now. Floor's 680 or 660. Sorry, 660. Right next to me. All right, our air's looking good. Got a little bit of a tire wear issue there on there, but got plenty of tread. this, I much appreciate, I like that. I much appreciate that this guy with the reefer parked facing the opposite direction than me, because I don't want to listen to that reefer all night. That's why I moved from parking spot to parking spot, because I didn't want to listen to a reefer. So, all right, we'll check our headlights here. Headlights are going. I don't have fog lights on. Why are my fog lights not on? We'll double check, make sure that switch is flipped. Sure. I don't know what I put that. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, fog lights are all on. Everything's looking good in the neighborhood. Now, here's something about reefer boys. Look at these tires. That scares the hell out of me. Oh. Just gonna say this. If you gotta run with tires that are bald, you're running too cheap. Like, that's my first thing, especially in wintertime. You wonder why accidents happen? That's it. That is 100% the reason why accidents happen. Is because dingbats, you know, not knocking the driver. He could be a company driver being forced. So when I say dingbats, I'm probably talking about company, whatever. If he's an owner operator and he's running like that, then shame on you. 100% shame on you. I change my tires out well early before I get down to any of my stuff there, any of my tire wear. So let's talk about that for a second. Tire wear. 430 seconds on steer tires is your minimum of what you have to have on your steer by federal law. And then it's 230 seconds for drives and trailer. That's not 230 seconds. That's bald. So I don't know. It kind of irritates me, because these guys that run like that, they give the rest of us a bad name, because they're the ones that are blowing tires out on the interstate in the wintertime. Summertime is different because pressures are expanding. It's normal. It's normal to see tires blow out because you have weights, frictions, overpressures. So they really, oh, he's got a cute little puppy. All right, I gotta show this. This driver right there, that truck. He got a cute little puppy. Oh, that's a good dog. I'm a big dog guy. I love dogs, especially when they go on the truck. As long as they don't shit like crazy. I used to have a German Shepherd that I took with me back when I started driving. She was an amazing dog. Miss her like crazy. Yeah, totally different story there. But anyway, so yeah, summertime, you got all the overpressures. Wintertime, if you're blowing out, it's because you're running your tires too far down. And my main thing is with tires is don't think that you're going to save anything by running them too cheap. Like, if you're trying to avoid buying new ones, because tires are expensive, especially for trailers. They're like $400 to $500 a tire. Now my tires, because they're a smaller tire, I get them for like $300 a tire. I get them from Les Schwab Company out of Syracuse, Utah. Those guys are phenomenal, and they've always treated me really, really well. The majority of my guys that I work with, the other owner operators, go to him too, because of his customer service, because of how him and his crew treat us. Richard there at Les Schwab is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Gives us the best deal, and we keep coming back, and always will. If I blow a tire on the road, I've got a spare tire that I will have somebody swap on the rim, and then when I get back, I buy a brand new one from him. I will not buy new on the road, because of how good he is to us, and he does things by the book, and he's an excellent representative of Les Schwab. Excellent. Exactly how Les Schwab, and mind you, I'm not getting paid to say this. I want to put that out there. Les Schwab is not a sponsor. You can sponsor me if you want, but Les Schwab is, at least that location has been the best one that has ever treated me and worked with me. Like, and I've had some hard times, and those guys have worked with me to make sure that my account stayed good. I stayed in good graces with Les Schwab, and they've helped keep my truck moving in my hard times, in my growth period. Now it's not such a problem anymore. They've helped me really work through a lot of different things. So, and it also comes down to the fact that, you know, me and my other guys, we all go there, very respectful to him. We don't expect, like, I don't know how to put it. We don't expect that he's gonna give us like killer deals, like you're gonna get stuff for free, basically. We don't expect that when we go there. He doesn't give us anything for free. I want to clarify that. He doesn't give us anything for free. Like, he takes care of Les Schwab first, but he takes care of us to the point that we don't feel like we're getting screwed over. And the amount of service that he provides, Richard, Christian, there, the two managers, and his crew, the amount of service that those guys provide and the quality of service that they provide is top notch. And, you know, they make you feel like your family. That's the best part about it. Like, we walk in the door and those guys are like, smile on their face, hey dude, what's up? Like, you're a lost long family member walking in, and it's one of those fun things. So you know, big shout out to those guys. I love them. I could go on talking about them through this whole video because they're just that good of guys. They are exactly what Les Schwab advertises. Exactly. So big shout out to those guys. Lots of love. So, all right, guys. So I'm trying to piece these videos kind of together. So what I'm doing right now is I'm setting up my battery before we get rolling here. Set my battery up to get some footage because we're going to be going across. Oh no, we're going to be going across the Mississippi. Alright, what's going on for me? And I just want to get things situated. Oh, I'm trying to get things situated for this so that everything's in good shape, good, ready to go. Another beautiful truck. I take that back. He's kind of, that's a bull hauler. I don't know if I can say that. That one's too pretty, but pretty enough. Those guys take pretty good care of their trucks too, most of them. But right now I'm just trying to get everything situated for the road. So I'm getting sorry, getting my waters, everything done. Take my water bottles, filling up my jug here. So this is kind of the life of what it is on the road. Like today, I'm not in a big, because we're not gonna, I mean, I'm not gonna make it all the way there today. I still got some driving to do tomorrow, probably a couple hours. But on top of that, they're closed tomorrow. So this one's just kind of a drive at leisure. Oh yeah, there's the stress one. So, I mean, tomorrow I'll probably get up a little bit early to drive into their place so I can get there a little bit earlier in the day. I am hoping for good weather for tomorrow so that I can do some stuff, but it's kind of a mix with the weather that's going through. We are kind of going a little south, so I'm hoping for warmer weather. I don't want it blistering hot for my reset, but let's see, what flavor do I get today? Ooh, Arctic Frost. All right. Anyway, so yeah, I don't want it blistering hot for my reset, but I don't want it like too cold. I want it to where I don't have to run my truck, but I want it to where everything's good. So we'll talk about that again. Resets are trying to get my flavor in there. Gotta flavor my water. I cannot do standard just water all the time, so gotta flavor it. Lid on, non-spill. Drink my Gatorade a little bit this morning too. He's got some cows. He's got a full load of cows. So they're baby cows. Couldn't tell that before when he pulled up that he had some cows in there because he's got some of his sheets that are closed to keep them warm. Which, mind you, sorry, you gotta see my hand for a second. But here's the truck I've been looking at. So, nicer truck. He had his tag up, so that's kind of what's throwing me off. But I just want to say something for any of you guys that hate seeing that stuff, hate seeing bull haulers, or think that they hurt the cows and all that crap. You guys are full of crap. I mean, those guys are like some of the nicest people to their animals because they understand what those animals are there for. So yeah, last thing they want is an animal dying in transport. So that's why those trucks always stay moving, because if they stop, there's a high chance that, like, warmer months, like right now, not so much, but warmer months, if that guy was to stop and say take a huge rest, there's a high probability that those animals will overheat and die. So those trucks got to stay moving just so that the animals can stay cooled off, because those drivers, that's the last thing they want. They don't want to kill the cows. You know, they have a job to do. You know, cows are a food source for us. You know, that's just the plain truth of it. You know, they have a lot of purposes for us, and that's one of them. So, but you know, the last thing we want to do is have an animal suffer, and that's the same for bull haulers. They don't want those animals to suffer. They want them to be okay, get to where they need to get, and you know, not have to suffer for it. So they try to drive respectfully with them and not shake them around as much and everything else. So, but, all right, guys. So we'll get off that subject. I know that can be a testy one. Logbook. Put in all my wonderful stuff here. a new camera I'm going to be trying. So, kind of interesting on this one, because it'll be interesting to see what the reactions are, because you wear it as a necklace. So adjust it, wear it as a necklace, but you put the necklace under here, and it goes on top of your shirt, and it's kind of like a body camera. So I like it. I think it's going to be a good option, because it kind of gives you guys a chance to see what I'm seeing a little bit, but it's also comfortable. So that'll work. That'll make it work. So, but we're gonna try to get you guys a little bit of what I see out the window today as we go across the Mississippi. I'm gonna have the GoPro going as well. GoPro doesn't really pick me up as well, I've noticed when I drive, so I guess I could swap it out for this. This just is uncomfortable as hell, because I gotta put it on here, and then I gotta look like this, and it's uncomfortable, and yeah. So, joys of making film. Trying to do this stuff. Just trying to find what's comfortable. So, this is kind of comfortable. I like it. But the head mount is kind of nice for different areas, so you can kind of see what I'm looking at. So, I get it. Get that understanding. Anyway, guys, I'm going to keep rambling. I need to get going. Get on the road. Truck's up to 132 temperature wise, so it's good enough to hit the road, warmed up enough. Oh, find a nice spot for that on my shirt. I think my beard's gonna kind of block the lens a little bit, maybe not. So, all right, here we go. Ready. All right, so all right, we are all set. Got everything pushed in. We're in gear. Time to roll. Alright, so got you guys up on my mount right now. We're gonna roll out of here. Kind of see when we get around this corner. You get to see how the wind is. See the flag that I'm looking up. But we're gonna drive up. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to drive up next to the building. You guys can see it outside of this place. This is the world's largest truck stop. So, truck stop, chrome shop. It is really cool on the inside. Woo, my truck is cold. Try to come hauling butt through here. Any truck stops, I'm doing about 8 to 10 miles per hour. I try to stay as slow as possible, just because you never know who's going to come out of the parking spot, who's going to walk out behind one of these other trucks. You just don't want to take the risk of nabbing somebody, hitting somebody. Like, that's the last thing I want to do. Some of these guys just don't care. Anyway, that's, you can see kind of through these windows, some of the show trucks, Super Truck Showroom. That whole building right there is a chrome shop. lot of drivers stop here, get lights. I'm one of them. I stopped, got lights for the trailer, got other stuff. They sell bumpers, they sell headache racks, boxes for trailers, you name it, they've got it, they sell it. So I will be back here probably this summer. I'm going to buy some new boxes for this trailer, and I think I'm going to buy them from here. So because I found some boxes that I liked, because I have an issue with the boxes that come with these trailers. I don't like them because of the aspect of the doors on them. The hinges don't really work real well, so I always have to adjust them, tighten them, or the boxes open up. So anyway, that building that you guys are seeing right there, that is a truck museum. Oop. Coming in, he's coming in hot. Coming in a little too hot. I don't want to pull out in front of him. That would have been a bad day. But yeah, so we got tons of birds on that roof. Holy crap. But yeah, truck museum. You can see our Old Glory there, sticking straight out of the winds out of the northwest, it looks like. So pretty good there. Yeah, you get on the freeway. The guy just looks angry. Oh man. Ooh, don't get out in front of the oversize. Cedar that he's hauling looks like it's all leaning to the right. Oh, it is, because he's got flat tires. Oh, that sucks. Oh, I'd hate to haul something like that. Wait for R&L here. I don't know what this guy across from me is gonna do. If he's gonna want to try to go first, but we're gonna try to go right after this pickup truck. Because I was here waiting before he was, so. Joys of an automatic. This truck is like all go or sluggish. This morning, she wants to go, so let's go. Now, I'll talk a little bit as we get on the road here. This is Walcott, Nebraska, Walcott, Iowa. We're over here on the eastern side of the state. Just about to cross into Illinois. Illinois is only like maybe 20 minutes down the road here. It's really not that far. Like this place is one of the best ones to stay. It's got a huge lot, really nice showers. So great shop here too. Great guys that work at the TA shop here at Iowa 80. It is a TA branded, so great place, love it. Now I can't, sorry guys, I'm not going to be able to get the camera straight on out the nose because of the way the mount is. It won't let me adjust it to where you guys can see straight out in front of me, so you're going to be off to an angle a little bit for a minute. So I'll kind of use my phone. I got GoPro on for some time-lapse video to go across. But let's talk about automatics versus manual. So my red truck was an 18-speed manual transmission. Absolutely loved it. It was a very fun truck to drive. Same motor, same axle differentials, all that stuff is the same. So I want to put that out there first. All that stuff was the same. That truck's mile per gallon was right around 7. IFTA reports had me at like 6.8. But all the averages I gets on IFTA reports, I'm around 8.5. So huge increase in my IFTA than my red truck, and I see that. This truck carries a lot more fuel than my red one did. So this one's like 270 gallons, and my red one was 240. So my ranges are way up. I go a lot further on fuel, about 1,800 miles to 1,900 miles is my justifiable range. So it's pretty decent, especially out here in the West. I can the best I've ever done in this truck out here in the East, going east. I have gone 2150 was my mileage from full to empty, and I put on about 260 gallons. So I was about ready to run out of fuel, because anybody that knows, there's about 5 gallons in each tank that are probably unusable. At least that's kind of my rule. So what we do, trying to figure this stuff out. Pros and cons with auto versus manual is the throttle response. There's a lot more of a delay with the throttle response of a automatic than there is with the manuals. Because manuals, you just let out the clutch and it starts going, and as soon as you hit the throttle, it wants to go. This wants us to go straight. I don't like going straight because that scale house is usually open. So we're going to turn and go down and around. Got a nice straight pipe 389 Peterbilt that's trying to pass me right now. Anchored. Right here it's on it. Oh, I love the sound of straight pipes.
job can be lonely at times because you're away from your loved ones. But you get a lot of time to reflect on your life out here on the road, counting the stripes, and it can be therapeutic in aspects. Like if you're pissed off and you go, it shouldn't take very long to calm yourself down and chill because of being out here on the road by yourself. You have a lot of time to think over things. I love listening to podcasts out on the road. I love listening to different news, independent news things. So, and a lot of truck drivers, that's what we do. We listen to different podcasts. I love investigation podcasts that go and investigate different crimes, police crimes, murder mysteries, things like that. So those can be really, really fun for me. So that's kind of what we do while we drive. Is a lot of people do a lot of research. So like with what's going on in Minneapolis, what's going on across the country right now, all the different things that are going on, we see it. Like we get to investigate it, and you know, it's sad. No matter what your take is, and I'm not going to try to get political on this. I really don't want to. I just want to put in that what happened in Minneapolis recently, the loss of life, is sad. It's sad for both sides of it. I am pro law enforcement. I'm just going to state that for myself. I am very pro law enforcement and law and order. I have a family background of law enforcement. I chose not to go into that field. I followed my dad into trucking because I got the love for trucks. But my grandfather was a police officer in the 70s. He was shot and killed by the Mexican cartel. And all his files were classified, so we really couldn't get any kind of detail out of it. I know he was trying to become an FBI agent at the time, and I have no clue why his files were classified. We couldn't get any kind of investigation report out of it. The people that killed him went into witness protection because there was a third person with them, and I guess they outed him or something. But yeah, my grandpa had a bounty on his head from the cartel. Don't know why. Don't know what he was investigating to get him that. But that was what our family had found out about him. My dad was a chief of police as well as a local cop in Utah. And the city that he was a chief of police in was dissolving the police and going to county. And when that happened, he was supposed to go and take a test to become a state trooper with the Utah Highway Patrol. And he missed the exam because it was the opening of fishing season, and he had to work it. So he missed the exam. Well, at that same time, and here we go up to the Mississippi River, by the way. At the same time, he had a good friend of his that was training him how to drive a semi. So he started getting into that and started that career and changed from law enforcement to truck driver, and has been a very successful 2 accidents in his whole career, and only one of those was justified his fault, and that was just like last year, I believe. So yeah, great. My dad's a great man. Very, very talented truck driver. Very talented truck driver. So here we go across the Mississippi. I don't know if you guys are gonna see it too much. Kind of freeway and the angle, but yeah, sneak that peak. There it is. Big old long bridge. And we're in Illinois. Alright, so we're in Illinois now. Got great tailwind right now, so our fuel mileage is going up. A little bit of flooding out here, actually. So yeah, that's basically a little bit of the story behind my dad becoming a truck driver. I do want to do an interview with him, kind of for me, for my family. So I think that's going to happen this spring. Kind of go over, talk about a lot of different aspects. I got a few videos I want to do, a few projects that I'm going to come up with and kind of get involved with. I just got to see if I can get one of my projects is going to take a while. I can tell you that right now. It's going to take a while because I got to find the opportunities to do it. But it's going to be a good one. I feel so, and I hope you guys will enjoy it because it's something deep to me. Like I said, I am pro law enforcement. I'm going to repeat that again. I am pro law enforcement. But I also have a heart. That's why I was saying, like, it's a sad event what happened up there. Any loss of life is sad, whether justified or not. It's sad because the repercussions of it suck. Now, opinions are opinions. I'm not going to go into mine. I'm just going to say that the children are going to be growing up without a mother. That's heartbreaking. And an officer is going to have to live the rest of his life knowing he shot somebody. That's heartbreaking. So, I've never met an officer that got into law enforcement because he wanted to hurt somebody. I do know that there's a lot of them. I take that back. There's not a lot of them. There are some that have that alpha male complex, and they want to assert that dominance. So that kind of goes with some of the training, and they have to take over. They have to take over a lot of the stuff of their situations, but the majority of them know how to manage stuff. They know how to assert their dominance, but not overstep. But I'm going to put this out there. The job's hard. Whether you're a federal agent, local municipality, county sheriff, any of it, dealing with the worst of the worst in our communities is a hard job. Because you got to try to balance compassion with law. And some of the guys can't do it. There's a lot of law enforcement guys that cannot balance that. But there is a ton of them, the vast majority of them, that do a great job of it. Like I said, they have a hard job. First responders in general have a hard job. firefighters to, you know, local police officers, highway patrol, all those guys. You know, they all have a hard job because they see things the rest of us wouldn't want to see, and that has to stick with them. A lot of them can suffer from PTSD from it. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I sure don't want to roll up on a scene of an accident of a drunk driver and see a baby that's been hurt, paralyzed, killed because of the actions of a drunk driver. I mean, that's going to stick with you. You're going to naturally get angry. But these guys do that all the time. So, it's this video is kind of turning into a shout out to police. And so, I will kind of say that aspect to it. God bless you, law enforcement guys. And for anybody that doesn't like law enforcement for whatever reason, you're entitled to your opinion. I'm a constitutionalist. You're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled not to like them. That's fine. Just do it the right way. Like, if you're going to protest from the city sidewalks, public sidewalks. Don't impede traffic. Don't throw objects, because then you're becoming rioters. You know, you don't have to agree with tactics of police officers. You don't have to agree with actions of government. It's your right. You have a right to that. You have a right to protest. But make sure you know what peaceful protest actually is. Because there are laws that are out there. Peaceful protest is not jumping out in the freeway and holding traffic up. That's not a peaceful protest. And I will say, truck drivers have done it before in the 70s. They did it in Ohio. They blocked the freeway as a protest. Was it right? Did it get the job done? Yeah, it did. So, you know, it's kind of hypocritical there. Just saying. But understand that nowadays, blocking freeways, blocking highways, if there's somebody that's hurt, that's trying to get to a hospital, and you block that freeway, it can cost somebody their life. There are other means of protest. Flipping cars, lighting them on fire, throwing rocks, throwing bottles. That's rioting. That's destructive. That makes you look bad. Doesn't get your point across. That's why I say, do it peacefully. If you don't like what an officer does, or you're being arrested and you feel it's wrong, we have lawyers. Take them to court, file complaints. You file a complaint, you take them to court, you let a judge decide. Was it right? Did he follow the Constitution? Was it a constitutional arrest? That's the way to get these guys. For the bad police. That's the way to fight it. Because even local cops will majority of law enforcement are good-hearted men and women. And I cannot say that enough. The vast majority of them are good-hearted people that don't deserve how they get treated. And I can say that from a field that we get scrutinized all the time because of a few bad apples. I mean, our last thing is professional driver. That's our title, professional driver. It says it on my driver's license. And we get scrutinized more than any other driver on the road. It's unfortunate, but we have to deal with it. It sucks because there's a lot of good truck drivers. And this job is fun. I mean, I get to see some of the most beautiful country today. I love going east. Get back here in the hills in North Carolina. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I don't like it in the summer because it's humid as hell. Like, I get out of the truck and feel like I'm walking out of a shower. So, this big guy sweats. I sweat a lot when it's humid. So, this shirt will be drenched. Let's just put it that way. It gets interesting. This video is going to be a little bit longer, guys. I want to talk about something as we're driving here. A little bit of history. So I'm going to switch it over to a little bit of history of truck drivers. I keep putting my freaking visor up and then turn into the sun again. So I can thank Hollywood. Oh man, that was a bummer. I can thank Hollywood for the destruction of the trucking industry in an aspect, because Hollywood kind of messed us up. They changed the image of us to reckless, dangerous, perverted predators. And when they did that is when I would say a lot of respect for us went down the toilet. Because let's put it this way, truck drivers are they're the workhorses. We are some of the hardest working guys out here. It's hard to do this. And the reason I say that is because of the fact that when you're out here doing this job, it is really bad for your mind because you're isolated. Now, if you've got good friends that are also drivers, then you spend a lot of time on the phone with them. Sitting, telling stories, talking. I do that a lot. I have a lot of good friends that I stay on the phone with, stay in communication with. I have to power up a little bit to get in front of this guy because my exit's coming. So yeah, I stay in contact with a lot of guys. Stay in contact with my family as much as I can. So those are my biggest things that I can say. Yeah, Illinois is doing a great job on the roads. So yeah, the mental fatigue that comes along with this is huge because you have to basically look ahead you're basically trying to be a mind reader for all the traffic that's around you. On top of that, you have to look out far enough ahead to plan for the worst. You're always planning for the worst. You get into weather, and you have to dictate, like, okay, if this car slides here, where am I going to go? How am I going to miss them? You have to anticipate everything. And so you're always on guard for the worst. And that's what's going through your head all day long. Like, even in dry weather, you're watching all the overpasses, you're watching all of the on-ramps, off-ramps, cars coming up from behind you, semis passing you. You're watching non-stop, trying to watch for anything and everything. Because the last thing you want is one of those guys go by and then all of a sudden you get hit. You're looking for loose objects coming off other trucks, loose objects out of pickup trucks, everything. So a lot of mental fatigue. But as I said, this job can also be very rewarding because you get to see a lot of beautiful country and the money's really good. So as a company driver, I can only speak for our company. Our company, we pay every mile. Every mile the wheel turns, you get paid. There's a lot of companies that only pay you loaded miles. So if their truck's making money, then you're making money, and I feel that's wrong. That's hugely wrong, because a driver, you're responsible for this truck. You're responsible for your equipment every mile the wheel turns. You should be paid every mile the wheel turns. Well, there's a lot of companies that are all pay you a percentage of what that load pays. Well, okay, well, if you're going to do that, pay a percentage, that driver is going to haul butt to your next location to get on another load. Which now you're going to have speeding, you're going to have aggressive driving, all that, because money. If you pay it per mile, all miles, you're going to have a driver that is going to be more relaxed, be like, hey, I'm still making money even headed there, dead end. Now, as an owner-operator, I get paid by the load, but I also am responsible for the equipment, damages, wear and tear. So I still have the same mindset of I get paid by the mile, but I have the reality of I'm paid by the load. So I have to balance that with the aspect of I gotta get to the next load so that I can keep making money, but I don't want to bust my equipment trying to get there, because I'm responsible to pay for it. So that's the mindset of an owner-operator. Trying to protect yourself while mitigating any type of wrecks, damages. Anyway, but I feel that's the same way when you're paying a driver per mile, is you want to make sure that that driver is getting paid well enough to make it worth it for him to be out here on the road. And you want to keep those wheels turning as much as possible and not have him sitting in a truck stop waiting for stuff. Now, one of the guys that I work with, an owner-operator, he pays his driver 60 cents a mile. Now, market value, let's go back. 60 cents a mile is pretty good for right now. When I started driving, I was 34 cents a mile is what I got paid. And that's gradually gone up as rates have gone up, cost of living's gone up. So 60 cents a mile now is really good. let's go into things. Me personally, I look at this. There's a lot of companies that advertise that I'm going to pay you per drop, I'm going to pay you TARP pay, I'm going to pay you this, I'm going to pay you that. Nickel and diamond. We don't do that. Here's why. I would rather pay you a great wage that you're happy with so that you feel compensated for whatever you have to do for loading, unloading, things like that. Because you're still responsible to load and unload these trailers. You got to winch them on, you got to winch them off. Some trailers you can forklift on, forklift off, but you got to winch on, winch off. Paid by mile, you're going to kind of hurry to get loaded so you can get on the road again. And it all comes down to time management as well. You got to manage your clock so that you can maximize your miles. So knowing your hours of service laws so that you can keep the wheels turning, knowing your capabilities so that one of your limitations, your body limitations are huge. And that's the first thing I want to teach guys is know your limitations. If you are starting to feel tired, start looking for a place to stop. Like you're feeling yourself start getting tired. Don't let it get to where, oh, my eyes, oh, I'm going to sleep, close my eyes. No, don't let it get there. Because the vast majority of guys will fall asleep. You'll go across the road, you'll hit somebody else. Don't let it get there. That's your body saying, hey, I'm tired. It's time to rest. Your brain's done. Like, you're fried. Time to rest, reset. There's a lot of guys, I'm included, in this that can drive 24 hours straight. I've done it. I've driven 38 hours straight. That was a hard one. I think I slept for 18 hours. I'm not as young as I used to be, so I can't do that anymore. You know, there's a lot of guys that I work with that can stay up 24 hours a day, drive like crazy like that. I don't want to do it anymore. That beats the hell out of your body. So, know your limitations, number one. And those limitations come down to weather. They come down to, being tired. There's so many things that factor into limitations. Don't take risks. No load is worth it. That's another one. So that's another one I want to hit on is don't take risks. And don't let companies bully you into taking freight that you are not comfortable with. Like you can't, if it's beyond your expectations or you feel it's illegal, you don't have to take it. Plain and simple. You can't be forced. So that's just an aspect that you gotta understand. So as I say with pay, our company's hiring. I just want to put that out there. We're hiring. And drivers, we try to keep them moving. Holidays are tough. Around Christmas and Thanksgiving, you gotta play the holiday game. But we try to get all of our guys home for the holidays. And we did it. This year we did it. Everybody was home for Christmas. Everybody was home where they wanted to be for Thanksgiving. Everybody was where they wanted to be for New Year's. And that's what we do. We are very family oriented. Not very many companies are. I want to put that out there bigger than anything. Smaller companies are more for the driver than the bigger ones. The bigger ones, you're a number. You're a warm body in a seat. Not all. I will say not all. There are some good bigger companies out there that love their drivers, take really good care of their drivers. So not all of them are that way. So, but there are a lot of big ones out there that you are just a warm body in that seat. You just make them money and they don't care about you. Another thing is grass ain't always greener on the other side. I speak that from experience. When I first started driving, it was basically I didn't stay one place for more than 2 years. 2 years max, I was gone. I went to another company. More of it was just chasing opportunities. First driving job, I basically was let go. I was laid off because of insurance. Insurance didn't want to cover me anymore. I was 18. Then I came around to 19. I was there for 6 months. Just before I turned 19, I went to work for another company. No, actually, I was 19 at that time. That's right. So I got my license at 18. Drove for this guy through at 19 years old. Got around to almost 20 when they let me go. I was 19 when they let me go. It was like in February, and my birthday's in June. So I got up to, went to work for a construction company, and they worked me, gave me great experience. I worked for them for about a year and a half. They gave me my first over-the-road assignments, and man, that taught me so much. W900s going over the road were so much fun, but it taught me a lot because I had to go haul stacks of flatbeds from here in Illinois back home for a project, and then I quit them to chase an opportunity to be a lead transport heavy haul driver for Western Metals. And the guy that hired me through there was doing things illegally. He was transporting their stuff illegally. And when I tried to correct it, because I had already gotten the experience of knowing what tie-down ratings were, oversight protocols were, different things. When I tried to correct it, saying, "Hey, this is unsafe. We need this type of gear. We need more. We need chains. We need this." Like all they used was bent freaking snap binders. That's pretty much all they were using to tie down the equipment. And I'm like, dude, you guys need chains. Like, you gotta put chains on this. So he fought me for a while and then just turned around and let me go. Well, the guy that I was working with, that was supposed to be the operator that I was going to work with, he was kind of thrown into the role there too, but never taught the right way. So when I was talking to him about it, he did his research, found out I was right about what we needed for gear, and so he started pushing on it, like, hey, we need to get this stuff. Like, he was right, and we ended up working together again later on. Phenomenal guy, like very, very good guy. But yeah, he ended up quitting because they didn't want to. They kept firing guys that they would bring in for that position. They would tell them, hey, you're doing this wrong. They were looking for that one person that would just do what they told them to do and didn't care about safety. So he left. and we ran into each other later on, and it was fun. It was definitely a fun time. Like I said, great guy, absolutely great guy. So yeah, I worked for them for it was like 3 months. Then I went to work for another construction company, a really nice big company called Morgan Asphalt. Worked for them for 2 seasons, all transport and dump trucks, doing dump truck stuff. Great company, great ownership. I just got tired of the seasonal work, but yeah, the Morgan family in Utah are absolutely wonderful. I can't say enough good things about them. They've grown that construction company into something that is very competitive. They do a great job with all the asphalt work. Yeah, they're a great family, great family. They get a lot of awards every year too, so that's another big one. So after that, I worked for Matheson Postal Service for a minute. Did that, then I went to work at Alpha Transport hauling fuel tankers. Did the fuel thing for a minute, and at that point I went to work for the Union Pacific Railroad. Worked for Alpha for almost a year, got tired of the politics, and I got tired of almost getting blown up by people. So went to work for the railroad as a freight conductor, and did all the routes out of Salt Lake City and Ogden. And then basically I would get off the train and I would go do livestock and feed hauling in between trains, just hauling from Utah to Idaho, and then come back, get a little bit of sleep, and then get on a train and go back on the route. So I worked those 2 jobs, so train and truck, and then I got tired of how Union Pacific treated its employees, that management. The job itself is wonderful. The local management sucks. Absolutely sucks. They're horrible. They're always trying to fire you. There's 2 managers, I'm still friends with them to this day, that were fantastic people. Absolutely fantastic people. They know who they are, and they made the job fun. I loved when they did check rides with us. They'd come up and ride with the crew, because they would come up, they would bring us stuff, they would sit there and chat with us, see how we were doing. It was just a good time. We had a lot of fun with it, and those were good guys. Those were good managers. They did fare testing. They weren't out to fire, but when they left and they went to work for other companies, other railroad companies, or one's down in Texas now, I believe. I don't know if he's still with Union Pacific, honestly. But we heard a lot about the Utah subdivision and how our superintendent out there basically wanted them to fail more guys. That you know, they weren't doing their job unless they got us in trouble, and that's not a right way to lead. Like, if your guys are basically finding they're passing your tests, you should be happy about that. That should be a good thing. It wasn't. They wanted failures, and that was the thing. Is you weren't doing your job unless you're failing people. I'm sorry. If your guys are passing your tests and passing the FRA tests and stuff like that, like, you should be puffing your chest going, hey, I've got my guys so well trained. I mean, yeah, ridiculous. Anyway, so I left that, went to work for Swift as an owner-operator. Made good money for first year as a lease operator. Did their lease purchase. Learned how well that works. And I got totally screwed over by their flatbed division. Got lied to. Promised a bunch of stuff and then didn't follow through. So yeah, that was a joke and a half. Cost me my truck. They stopped running me as hard. I did more sitting than driving on my second year, which was my final year with my truck to purchase it. So that's why I say lease options don't fall for them. They're horrible. So did that, got out of that, went back to work for the company the first construction company. Worked for him for almost 2 years. Got let go, and then I got into this. So, and I've been doing this for almost 6 years. 5 to 6 years. So, this is the company that I've been with the longest. Same guy, same dispatcher, been with the longest. And I will 100% say it's because of how he treats us. I mean, my last video, you guys see what everything he gave us for Christmas. Plus, I got money on top of it. So he gave every single owner operator that leases onto him. And mind you, he has no company trucks. We're all lease operators. He's working on getting a couple company trucks, but all of us that make him his money are lease operators. And it's a good partnership and we're all teamed up kind of thing. But yeah, so he gave us all those Christmas presents. He gives us one every single year. Gives us a bonus every single year. So like I've said, it just he's one of those guys that are just phenomenal. He's phenomenal to work for. He's a great dispatcher. I don't sit. He works his tail off. Very much appreciated. He can be a space cadet every once in a while, and I tease him about it. So, but he's an old redneck boy, and his redneck shows him quite a bit. But I don't know, like I say, just finding a good company is nice, and like I said, just this place is awesome. I love it. I love doing this job. I haul light trailers, haul cars home. Yeah, that can be interesting. So I got this car right here in front of me who is playing the speed up and slow down game with me. Now I'm going to go try to pass him again. And yeah, she's looking in her mirror, and there she goes. She's speeding up. Mind you, I've slowed down twice to get down behind her, so I'm out of the left lane. And now I've sped back up to try to clear her, to pass her, and we'll see if she speeds up. So now I'm actively passing. But I was doing 71 in a 70. Caught up to her, went to pass her, and she sped up, started pulling away from me, so I got behind her, slowed down again, and I finally cleared her. But slowed down again to where I had to get back out to the left lane. and then she matched my speed right on the front of my hood, so I couldn't move back over because I would have been tailgating her. If not, I would have clipped her. And so she held that, and now she's tailgating me. So anyway, she held that, and so I backed out of it, got in behind her, so the cars that were behind me could go. And then she slowed back down again, and I was doing 68. So she slowed back down and caused me to jump back out to the left again. So I had to speed up to like 74 just to get clear. Now I'm back down to 71. So doing a bunch of lane changes right now because I'm at an intersection area. Got a lot of cars that are coming on the freeway, so I have to keep changing. Plus we have workers on the side of the road. So anyway, guys, that's a little bit what's going on. Give you a little backstory of my history. A little bit of prompting for our company I work for. I'm gonna put our website in the link down below in this. If you are a CDL driver and you are looking for a good company to come work for, I'll put our link down below. We are taking applicants, so we are trying to grow. I'm going to put this out there. You need to hear this. I do the recruiting for the company, for the guy that I lease onto. I also do the training. I cannot promise what wages are, because that's up to the individual owner-operator that you get paired up with. Because once you pass my interview and pass the owner interview, and the owner, I believe, will interview with the owner-operator that you're going to be paired with. Once you pass all those interviews, then you go to work for that owner-operator. He's the one that gets to set what your pay is, because he's the one that's going to be paying you. So, but we all want to interview. We go through a process. We do background checks. We call previous employers and ask questions. So, no matter what, you have to make sure you tell the truth on everything, and don't hide anything. Yeah, if you come work for us, because we are 100% will tell you, like, we don't take liars. Our reputation is our reputation for a reason, because we've been honest to our customers. We take responsibility for damages, faults, things like that. So we are looking for people that are 100%, now that hurt, 100% that are going to be honest, understand the human factor. You're human. We expect you to make mistakes, but we're looking for hard workers, people that want to be out here. We do allow you to take your family with you. I want that to be understood too. You get to take your family, so you're allowed riders. We work around your schedules. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna end this here. Thank you for watching. I know this wasn't really action-packed or really anything going on, just me talking. But I just wanted to make this video and just kind of talk about certain things. So, hope everybody's doing well. And thank you again for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to try to get back into this again and make a few more videos. So, kind of show a little more day-to-day stuff if I can. We'll talk about certain things that are going on. doing well. Please remember to be safe around trucks. Don't hang out in our blind spots. If you can't see that driver, he can't see you. And if you're trying to pass us, get past us. Speed up a little bit, get past us. Don't hang out next to a truck. You never know when we got to change lanes or anything like that. And you don't want us to swerve over. We don't want to hurt you. There's no drivers out here that I know of that want to hurt somebody. So please understand that. If you're passing us, also give us a lot of space in the front of us. Don't just come back. Like, wait till you could at least see both our headlights in your rear view mirror. Not your side mirror, your rear view mirror. At least wait till you can see both our headlights before you come back over. You know, give us plenty of stopping time. Time to react, time to stop. So please just be safe around trucks. So we all have a job to do. We all want to get home safe to our families. And we're out here providing for your family so that we can provide for our family. So just remember that. Without trucks, you don't have anything in your life. Everything that's in your life was brought by a truck. So please remember that. Please be safe. And if you're up in the cold air part of the country, stay warm. See you guys.